What's up, Bears? Eric here. Breaking news, this just in. Apparently, Barbie belongs to Christians. Barbie has to cater to Christian, straight, cisgendered people. Specifically, at least according to this website. This is hilarious to me. This is funny. It's funny and it's sad because it's so completely weird in the sense that, let's read this first, and then I'll tell you why this is so strange to me. It says, Christian movie review site warns, don't take your daughter to Barbie. It says here, warning, don't take your daughter to Barbie movie guide title. Its report explained that the movie allegedly forgets its core audience of families and children while catering to nostalgic adults and pushing lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender character stories. The movie is set to be released on July 21st and has a star-studded cast including Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Will Ferrell, and more. So they're just going on, like, I guess, the advertising of the film. Anyway, movies on the site can receive anywhere between a -4 score, which is to -4, which is to say a movie contains intentional blasphemy, evil, gross, immoral, and/or worldview problems, and is to be avoided, and a +4 score, which means a movie has a biblical, usually Christian worldview with no questionable elements. That's nothing weird about that at all, right? Like, nothing weird about that scoring system whatsoever. For example, Sound of Freedom movie received a -2 score, which suggests extreme caution for older teens and adults. I don't really care what it says about that. Look, here's the deal. Barbie doesn't belong to Christian people. It doesn't even really belong to straight people. Matter of fact, every person that anecdotally, this is me speaking anecdotally, every person that I know in the gay community, in the queer community, trans community, they were going to see this movie before we even got any like promo stuff for it. We just knew it was in the film, because so many of us have been impacted by Barbie our entire life, which is why I find this to be very funny. One of the biggest stereotypes, one of the biggest harmful stereotypes and tropes is that gay men and like trans women growing up, that they didn't play with G.I. Joe, they played with Barbie. This was their thing. This was their stereotype. So to act like all of a sudden now Barbie doesn't belong to people in the gay community as well, that doesn't belong to trans people or anybody in the queer community, that's just, it's utterly ridiculous. Plus, what gave them the impression that Barbie was a bigoted company? Let's just take a look at a couple things that Barbie has done. We'll just use two. I found a bunch of them, but we'll use two of them here. Barbie comes out in support of same-sex marriage. Now, this was back, I believe, in 2017. The post shows Barbie and a new friend, a doll version of song, wearing matching shirts with a pro-marriage equality slogan, "Love Wins," emblazoned across the front. The shirts are many replicas of the one songs released for Pride Month, the proceeds of which go to a not-for-profit supporting LGBTQ youth. And yeah, I think this was in 2017. Yes, November 2017. Anyway, so there we go. There's one example of Mattel and Barbie. Oh, it's right there. Duh. Here's another one. Right here. Mattel's first transgender Barbie designed after Laverne Cox. This is from last year. It says here, actress and LGBTQ activist Laverne Cox is getting her own Barbie. Mattel has created a Barbie doll in her likeness as part of its tribute collection. The company often models dolls after real-life people, and this is the first trans Barbie they've ever made. Cox, a 4-time Emmy Award-winning actress, producer, and first transgender woman of color to have a leading role in a scripted TV show, has always been an advocate for her using her voice and living authentically. Barbie said the doll is part of its commitment to continue to increase diversity and celebrates and impacts she's had as an advocate for LGBTQ rights. And there's the Barbie doll. So bottom line is, Barbie is an inclusive brand. If you knew anything about Barbie over the years, you would know that Barbie has pushed boundaries and done things that empowers women and also gay men. It doesn't belong to you. Like Christians, you don't own Barbie. You don't own morality. You don't owe virtue. That's not something that you own. It's a heteronormative behavior to believe that. And look, it's fine if you don't want to see the movie. I'll never tell anyone they have to see a movie they don't want to see. I just find it hilarious that that is the reasoning behind it, that somehow Barbie has changed. If you don't want to see it because you think that Barbie is too diverse for you or whatever bigoted thing you have going on in your mind, then stay away from it. But to pretend and masquerade as if Barbie has somehow changed all of a sudden and is just now catering to diversity is completely disingenuous.